So as always, before we start, just a couple of reminders. The first one is to always listen to your body. So what I am saying is just a suggestion, it's not an instruction. The most important thing is that you develop your own feeling of what feels right for you. And because we're working a lot with fatigue, if you are feeling particularly tired and you need to just lie down and rest, then that's absolutely fine. We're going to start off for about 5 minutes from sitting, doing some breath work. But again, if you're really fatigued and you think, no, even that's too much, then that's also fine. So just remember to please rest out whenever you need to, and what your body is saying is much more important than what I'm saying. And the other reminder is that you don't need to keep looking at the screen. You can just listen to my voice, especially when we lie down. That might be more better for you. It might be more better. It might be better for your fatigue. It might be better for how you're feeling. So you just see how you are. Sorry, I'm still letting people in, which is why I'm just leaning forward. So the theme of our practice today is all about Karma yoga. And I did say this in the email that I mailed out, but I'm just going to kind of go over it again, because for me, I find it one of the most helpful and interesting teachings in yoga. And it's quite simple, but having said that, it's much more difficult to put into practice. So the teaching of Karma yoga is simply that we can take any action we like, although it's advisable that we take it mindfully and we think about the actions that we're taking, but we are not responsible for the result. And what that really means is that we need to let go of control of our lives, and we need to stop trying to micromanage and getting stressed about what is happening. And as I said, it is difficult to do, but it's really, there's a lot of common sense to that, because it kind of means that we accept that there might be something greater than us going on. We could call this nature, we could call it life, but there's other things other than our own will that's at play here. So we're not always trying to manipulate everything. And then of course we can apply this to our health. So if we've become ill for whatever reason, doesn't mean that we might take further actions to try to get ourselves better. But it's also that we don't run around desperately trying to look for a cure and getting ourselves exhausted. It might mean that we just rest and allow and accept. So with that in mind, I'm now going to kind of bring those themes into the practice. So if you like to come to a comfortable sitting position, and then if it's okay for you, close your eyes. And that's an example of something that's a choice, because you might not feel comfortable closing your eyes, but if you are, it's really nice if you want to close your eyes. And then just take a moment or two to arrive in your body. And then just explore and ask yourself the question, how am I? How am I now? And see if you can then explore your physical state. We're going to look at the physical state first, without making judgments or any criticism. So it might be that your physical body is feeling okay, but it might be that there's pain there, might be that there's fatigue there. But just see if you can bring this notion of Karma yoga to your state of your body. See if you can accept how you are in this moment, so that we are doing our best to accept our current experience. We're not resisting our current experience. We're just allowing everything to be as it is. And then bring the focus to your mind. Just observe how the thoughts are. Again, with this aspect of compassion and curiosity. And then the emotions. And then if there's any area of your body that you feel that is in particular need of attention, you can take your hand there. So it might be to your head, your shoulders, or somewhere that might be feeling a bit of pain or need a bit of tenderness. Just take your hand there and just feel that you're nurturing yourself. And as you inhale, just breathe in compassion to this area. As you exhale, just allow yourself to let go. And then relax your hands down. We're just going to do a little bit of breath work now, or you can keep your hands where they are if you want, that's fine too. So just begin by observing your breath. So again, we're not doing this in any way that's critical, it's just an observation. And then if it's comfortable for you, just start to breathe through your nose if you're not already. And of course, if that's not comfortable, that's okay too. We're not trying to force anything. We want the breath to be unrestricted. And just be aware what area of the body the breath is in. Is it in the chest or is it lower down from the diaphragm? And again, we're just aiming, it doesn't matter if we can't, but we're just aiming to breathe from the diaphragm. So just to remind ourselves what that means, you can take one hand and place it on the heart, the other on the belly. And if it's comfortable for you, just breathe so that the hand on the belly is rising slightly as you inhale and releasing as you exhale, and the hand on the heart, just pacifying that chest area, so the shoulders and chest not moving too much. And then if it's helpful, think of breathing slow and low. So you're breathing through the nose, slowly, not too deep, but lower down. So we're involving the diaphragm. And then to help that movement, if you like, on the exhalation, you can just slightly draw the navel in to back of the spine. So just very slightly constricting the abdominal muscles on the exhalation. If that feels too much for you, then you don't need to worry about that. And then bring your awareness to your exhalation. So release the inhalation now, just bring your awareness to the exhalation. And just focus on a long, smooth out breath. In breath is free. And then relax your hands down. Before we come down to lying, we're just going to do a little bit of chanting with some movement. And as always, this is a choice. So if you don't want to chant, you can just do the movement and the breath. And also with the chant, you have a choice. You can do it silently, repeat it to yourself, or you can do it out loud. So I'm going to demonstrate once, and then we'll do this together. I'll do it with you. I'll demonstrate once and I'll do it with you once, and I'll let you do it twice more, so that because your pitch and your timing might be different from mine. So we start with the hands at the heart, and then we breathe in, and we're going to chant Om Karma Yoga Namaha, which means I am not separate, Karma Yoga. So karma is K-A-R-M-A. So it's like this. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. So we'll do that together. If you need to take an extra breath, that's fine. Breathe in, lift your arms up. So we're garlanding ourselves. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. Twice more in your own breathing rhythm. And when you finish, just rest your hands on your knees, have your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. And just take a moment or two to observe the silence created by the mantra. And also to observe that although we've only been practicing for around 10 minutes with the breath, with the mantra, just see if there's any subtle changes happening. Just allowing yourself to be present with all that is. Just allowing this present moment experience to not be resisted. Bringing this sense of kindness and compassion to however you are. And then when you're ready, we're going to come down to lying for our relaxation before we then start some gentle movement. So when we relax, again, it's always a choice. So you can lie on your back in the classic relaxation posture called Shavasana in yoga. And I always suggest you start with your knees bent, feet hip width apart, and maybe have a block or a cushion under your head just to lengthen the back of the neck. And the arms a comfortable distance away from the body with the palms turned up. But if you've had COVID, you might find it more comfortable to lie on your front, or you might prefer to remain seated, that's fine too. And you can even lie on your side. So everything's always a choice. And you also have the choice, you can lie on the floor if you prefer, but if you want to lie on a bed or a sofa, that's absolutely fine as well. So just take a moment or two to allow yourself to transition. And if your knees are bent, and if you find that too strong, you could just bring the knees together. Just experiment with how you feel comfortable, what makes you feel relaxed. So I'm suggesting the arms are classically away from the body with the palms turned up, but it might be more comfortable to turn them down, might be more comfortable to rest them on the belly. You just explore what helps you to feel rested. And then I'm going to continue to give suggestions, and they will be as if you're on your back. So if you're in a different position, you just modify for how I am suggesting, or you adapt. So if you're on your back or your front, or however you are, just begin to feel the weight of your body on your support, particularly your head. Just be aware of the body and its weight on your support. And then just very gently and very, very slowly as you can, just roll the head from side to side to release the neck. And then center the head. And just wriggle the shoulders away from the ears to create length between the ears and the shoulders. You might like to actually roll the shoulders. And then again, become aware of the breath. So if you like, you can leave your hands either beside the body, or you can take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or even both hands to the belly. So just explore what feels comfortable for you. And then again, just bring your awareness to your out breath. Breathing through the nose, feeling the rise and fall of the belly. Just allowing the out breath to be slower, to be long and smooth. And then as you inhale, visualize that you're breathing in a sense of acceptance for this moment. As you exhale, feel yourself releasing and letting go. And now again, we're going to do a little bit more chanting from lying. As always, it's a choice. So we're going to chant to 3 positions 4 times. So we're going to chant 4 times to the belly, 4 times to the heart, and 4 times to the eyes. So for the eyes, we palm the eyes, just taking the palms around the eyes so the fingers go up towards the hairline. So I'm going to do the first 2 with you, and then I'm going to let you continue in your own breathing rhythm. Remembering you can do this aloud or silently, or you can just do the breath. And when you finish, if you just relax the arms beside you, then I can see that you finished. So if you like to take your hands to your belly, we're going to chant Om Karma Yoga Namaha. So we breathe in together. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. Breathe in. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. Twice more to the belly in your own breathing rhythm. If you need to breathe out and breathe in again twice, that's fine. And then 4 times to the heart, 4 times to the eyes. When you finish, just rest with the arms beside the body if that's comfortable. And if your knees are still bent and you don't have back issues and you'd like to stretch out your legs, please do so, sliding out one heel then the other and having the feet wide apart. And then with the eyes closed, just observe the effect the mantra has had on the whole of the being. And before we start doing some gentle movement, I'm just going to give you a reflective question. So always remember, a reflective question is something we ask to the silence. It's not something that the mind has to answer. And you might not even have the answer at the moment. It might come to you later on in the week. But the reflective question is, what do I have in my life that it would help me if I can accept? What is happening in my life that would help me if I can accept? So we're going to bring the feet together now if your legs are out straight. I'm going to start to move with you if you do need to look up at the screen, but hopefully my voice is enough. And you're going to take the arms up so that the fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling and the palms are facing each other. Bring the feet together. So arms are coming directly out of the shoulders, fingertips pointing up to the shoulders, up to the ceiling rather. And what we're going to do is take an in-breath. And then we're going to chant the arms wide apart like a cross. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. So the end of the chant, the backs of the hands come to the floor. And then we breathe in, slowly, palms come towards each other. And then again on the next out breath. Om Karma Yoga Namaha. Keep the shoulders low so you're not tightening. Breathe in, palms come towards each other. You continue in your own breath rhythm and your own pitch, up to 5 times. And when you finish, just take a couple of resting breaths, exploring the body, being curious, knowing that there's nothing to think about, nothing to do, just being here now is enough in this moment. And then when you're ready, we're all going to roll onto our left sides. And we're going to slightly bend the knees. And we're going to have the arms out in front of us, just slightly below shoulder level with the palms together. And again, if you're not sure, you can look up. And for this sequence, you can explore having a pad under your head or not under your head. I tend to shift about depending where I'm at in this posture. So if you were looking at the camera, you'd see me moving my padding in and out. But so you just explore what makes you feel comfortable. And then become aware that the left arm is the one on the floor and the right arm and the right palm are the top one. Become aware of that top arm and palm, the right hand. And then we're very slowly going to draw our palm and our fingertips along the inner left arm. Slowly, slowly. Drawing along it towards the armpit. And then we're going to start to draw that right palm along the chest. And as we do this, we're going to be rolling onto our backs. And then we're going to very slowly take that right arm out to the side, just below shoulder level. We're going to rest here. So our lower body is in a twist to the left. And our upper body is open with the arms out like a cross. You can just rest here, maybe with your eyes closed, taking some resting breaths. And then when you're ready, you bend that right elbow, taking the palm to the chest. And then we're going to stroke along the chest, back to the left armpit. Then very slowly, we're going to stroke down the left arm until the palms come together again. And you can either rest here, you can take that right hand and just stretch it slightly in front of the left fingertips, rolling onto your forehead. So for this, I move my block. So you should feel very nurtured and cosseted. You're on your forehead now. Right hand is just slightly in front of the left fingertips. And rest. And then when you're ready, roll back to the side of the head, bring the palms together. And we'll take ourselves through that once more. So we slowly draw the fingertips and the palm of the right hand along the inner left arm, slowly, slowly coming up to the armpit. Slowly stroking the chest as we roll onto our backs, and then taking that right arm out to the right with the knees twisted to the left. And we rest. And then we're going to fold that right arm back to the chest, bending the elbow. Palm comes to the chest, stroking along the chest, back to the left armpit. Back down along the left inner arm, bringing the palms together, rolling back onto the side. And just stay there with the palms together for a moment or two. And then when you're ready, and for this you might need to move any padding away, just cradle the side of your left head in your left palm. And the right palm comes in front of the belly. So you're lying on your left side, head is cradled in the left palm, right palm is in front of the belly. And then we're going to press on the right hand, and very gently and slowly we're going to rock ourselves. And you can experiment, so you can make the rocking slow, or you can make it fast, or you can even just lie still. You just see what feels most nourishing for you. So just use this to explore how the body feels, how it makes you feel at every level. And then just stopping the rocking now, just resting on your left side. Enjoying the stillness, enjoying the nurturing. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that to the right side. So however that works for you, I'm going to spin round. So I'm on my right side, just in case you do need to look up, but hopefully you can move without needing to look at the screen. So now we're on our right side, and we have the left palm this time on top of the left or the right palm, arms in front of us, and the knees are bent. So just take a moment or two to inhabit the body and arrive. And then when you're ready, we're very slowly going to become aware of the right palm, the right hand, and we're going to start to stroke along the inner left arm, slowly, slowly, up towards the armpits, and then along the chest. And then we roll onto our back as we open that left arm out to the side. So the arms are like a cross. We're on our backs, shoulders are quite drawn together. but our knees are bent to the right. We just take some resting breaths here. Relaxing into the posture deeper and deeper on every exhalation. And then we're ready. We're going to bend the left elbow, bringing the hand onto the chest, stroking along the chest towards the right armpits. Slowly, slowly stroking down the inner right arm until the palms come together. And then if you like, you can just stretch that right palm in front of the left fingertips and come onto your forehead. And just take some resting breaths here. And when you're ready, bring the palms together, come back to the right side of the head. And then you can either rest here or you can take yourself through that sequence once more by drawing the right arm along the left arm and the chest and opening it to the side. So really listen into your body. See what your body needs right now. Does it need more rest? Does it need a little bit of gentle movement? You decide what is best for you. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend that bottom arm, the right arm, and we're going to cradle the side of the head in our right hand. And the left hand comes in front of the belly. And then if you like, you can push on the left palm just to gently rock yourself. And again, just explore how this feels best for you. Whether that's fast or slow or not at all. And when you're ready, you can just rest for a moment or two on the right side with the head cradled in the hands. Just observing the pause after the exhalation. And then when you're ready, please roll onto your front. So we're going to rest for a moment or two on our fronts. Just to say that we're on our belly, there's a couple of ways we can rest. So you work out what works best for you. So you can either lie with the head on one side and the palms, the arms either side of the body with the palms up. And whenever the neck gets a little bit stiff, you can just roll the head to the other side. So some people prefer to lie like that. Or you can fold the elbows, bring one palm on top of the back of the other hand, and then just rest your forehead on the backs of your hands. So that's the way I prefer. We've all got different shaped bodies, so you just work out what feels most comfortable for you. And again, just take a moment or two to arrive in your body. Now I'm going to ask you to become aware of the breath. And I'd like you to focus and visualize the area around the back of the body, because your lungs go all the way around the back as well, so do the ribs. So we're breathing into the back of the body. Because you're on your belly, the back is nice and free. So even if you can't do that, if you're finding your breath is restricted, particularly if you've had COVID, you might just like to visualize that area. So we're just visualizing breathing into the back. And now bring your awareness to your belly. And as you inhale, just feel the belly very gently balloon against the floor or your support. And as you exhale, just feel it relax. So just feeling that very slight pressure of the belly against your supports on the in-breath. So just observe that. Then we're going to do a very gentle back bend called the hissing cobra. So when you're ready, if you like to bring your forehead to your mat and bend your elbows, having your fingertips about in line with your shoulders. And your toes are slightly together with the heels falling apart. Most important thing is to not have too much pressure on the hands and to keep the elbows in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then when you're ready, keeping the belly and the pelvis on the floor, we're going to breathe in, just lifting up the heart, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to hiss out of the posture on the out breath. So we're hissing the breath out as we come down. So I'll demonstrate that once more, just in case you do need to look up. Otherwise, hopefully my instructions are enough. So you breathe in, just lifting the heart, keeping the elbows in, shoulders away from the ears, hissing as you come down. And if that's enough for you, rest out, or you can take yourself through that once or twice more. So always listen to your energy levels and honor them. Don't push yourself. This is not about trying to achieve anything. We're trying to get out of that habit, that samskara of push, achieve, drive. We're doing the opposite here. So what's really important is that you listen in, you don't compete with yourself. You just do what feels nice and nourishing for you. And then you can either continue to rest, or if you just like to do a little bit more movement, again, this time take your chin to the mat. Have the arms beside the body with the palms up. Become aware of the right leg. We're just going to move the legs up and down very slightly with the breath. So we're going to breathe in, lifting the right leg, not too high, keeping that hip bone engaged with the mat. On the exhalation, the leg comes down. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale and lower. If that's enough, rest out. Otherwise, you can do that once or twice more on each side, but do keep honoring your energy levels. Just do what feels right for you. And then resting out in any way that's comfortable, either with the head to one side or the forehead resting on the backs of the hands. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to a comfortable sitting position just for a few moments before we come down for our final relaxation, which I know is everybody's favorite bit of the practice. So to come up, take your hands beside the waist if that's comfortable for you. And if you have the strength, just push up to come up. Otherwise, just come up in any way that's comfortable. And you can sit on the floor, on a cushion, you can sit on a chair, just however is comfortable for you. And just take a moment or two to think about your posture. So think about lengthening from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Think about making space for the lower ribs so the diaphragm is free. And we're just going to do a little bit of work on the vagus nerve. Now, as a yoga teacher, I usually don't like just selecting one part of the body and saying it's important, because everything's important, because this is all about unity. No one part of the body is more important than the other. Having said that, the vagus nerve is part of the parasympathetic system. It's also part of what we call apana, the letting go energy. So we're just going to do a couple of things to help to relax us, to help us to let go even more. So just like you to start by massaging around the base of the ear. In fact, you can do both ears together if you like. It's a bit more difficult for me to demonstrate because I've got my earphones on. And then just pull the earlobe slightly, gently. And then put your fingers into your ears, not too far, just gently, and just circle them. Circle them one way, then the other. And then going to take our hands and place the hands around the back of the head. So I'm going to go this way around if you do need to look up. So the fingertips are along the back of the head, and we're just going to gently pull them apart. This is all helping to stimulate our vagus nerve. And then we're going to tap. You might remember I was talking about the vagus nerve about 3 weeks ago. Just tap around there. And then drop your hands to your knees. Close your eyes. And we're going to hum the breath out for 5 slow breaths. So we're going to breathe through the nose and hum the breath out. 5 times in your own breathing rhythm and your own pitch. And again, when you finish, just explore, how am I now? This sense of curiosity and compassion. I'm not judging anything. just seeing if we can bring an acceptance to ourselves, particularly our symptoms, our fatigue. Can we bring a sense of compassion and acceptance to that, even when it's really hard? Maybe even a sense of love to that, to how we find our current experience. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to our relaxation now. So if you like to lie down, and just as we did at the beginning of the practice, there's a choice. You can lie on your back, on your side, on your front. You can remain seated, but do use eye pillows if you want, a pillow under your head, blankets, whatever you need, cushions to make yourself really comfortable. And I'll just give you a moment.